Students come to Gannon University for an education, but there's so much more. When we talk about the Gannon Experience, that experience encompasses the entire university, which really forces us to develop a language on how we talk about it. So many great things are happening here, but if we could structure this and share a common purpose, a common language, we could take all the great things that we're doing now and make them even better. Pretty powerful.
The service standards clearly articulate what exceptional service should look like. So they enable consistency so that when we talk about service and we talk about what we should be and how we should be treating each other, it's not about us all fitting into a mold and doing everything exactly the same, but it's having a consistent understanding as to how do we treat each other, how do we work through service, and how do we try and transform the lives through that exceptional environment that we are trying to create. The 4 standards were intentionally chosen so that they can be used as prioritization tools in the service moment. And starting with respect, and then considering well-being, are we engaged, and how do we create a seamless either interaction, seamless environment, or a seamless system for them to engage with the university or with us as individuals.
Service standards are so important because they lead the way, they guide us. They really help us to see what's the best way to provide exceptional service to our students, which are so important.
When we think about our mission and why we choose to work in higher education, specifically at Gannon, respect goes hand in hand with all the other buzzwords that you'll see that make Gannon Gannon. In order for us to treat each other the way that we envisioned we treat each other through the Gannon mission, we have to remind ourselves of that key word and live it and practice it. Understand ourselves, respect ourselves, try to understand others and respect others.
Respect is part of it all. For example, if I know that I am respected, that I'm listened to, that my ideas are considered, then I can give it my best. So I can't see anyone working in an environment where there's no respect. It has to be in every fiber of our institution.
For me, well-being is multifaceted. Being right with who we are, invited to be in terms of our personal identities and our personal beings. It means being comfortable with all of our assets and all of our resources. It also means reaching out when we have a need. I know sometimes we think of wellness as satisfying a gap or affirming something, but it's also about identifying those places where I might not be able to handle it. I might not be able to manage things by myself. I love being a part of a community that recognizes that.
You know, when we look at the entire university, regardless of what our role at the university is, we all work towards providing a student-centered experience. Our primary task is not only to engage our students, but to create an experience that is worth engaging. Whether through online learning, a walk down AJ's Way, lunch in the CAF, a lecture in the classroom, a travel trip abroad, even those extraordinary moments of self-discovery. Whether we're an advisor, a cook, a teacher, a counselor, or a groundskeeper, we all have an integral place in providing an experience that is worth engaging for our students.
I believe Gannon University, from the inception of its time, was really focused on making a difference for our students, our employees, and the community. And a top priority of that would be engaged in the interactions that we do with each other. Engagement is something all of us strive to be on a daily basis, as it's important for our students to see that we have a pride in what we do and a sense of ownership, but that also that we value their time and their, choice in choosing Gannon as their undergrad or graduate program.
I think it's important to remember that our students are coming here to create their next version of themselves. And the more we can make our processes and how we do our work and interactions with them more seamless, the faster and easier it is for them to get on with the business of reinvention, of them becoming their next best version of themselves.
When I hear the word seamless, I think of smooth and continuous with no gaps in between. So we're trying to provide a transition, whether that's from the student experience or the employee experience, where everyone feels comfortable, everything is functional, and everything just goes on very smooth.
If you can imagine an institution where we have we have almost 1,000 employees that are looking out for each other. How powerful is that? Me knowing that I have 1,000 people that are helping me be the best I can, and they need to know that I am there to support them, and I want them to be the best they can. Imagine what we can do. Imagine what our students to do. It's really powerful.
So this is not a program, this is a journey. And it's personal for each of us because it involves a mindset shift in the way we approach our work on a daily basis. And change takes time. But in some ways, it's simple. I think if all of us are a little bit more aware of our actions and conscious of our behaviors and how they're perceived by others, we as a Gannon family can create an experience unlike any other. So I challenge all of us to start modeling the service framework and recognizing others who are doing it well. Because we owe it to each other as members of a Gannon family to make this place an exceptional place to be.